Welcome to This Day in Wrestling History for March 25th. In 1980, the first ever singles match between the WWF and AWA champions took place in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, between Nick Bockwinkel and Bob Backlund. The match finished in a double countout. In 1983, at a house show in Dallas, Texas, Terry Gordy defeated the Great Kabuki to win the NWA Breast Knuckles Championship. In 1989, on an episode of AWA Championship Wrestling on ESPN in Rochester, Minnesota, the Olympians, it was the team of Ken Patera and Brad Winnigan, defeated Bad Company, which is the team of Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond, to win the AWA World Tag Team Championship. In 1994, a house show in Central-Obeah, Mississippi, Jay the King Lawler defeated Eddie Gilbert to win the USWA Unified World Heavyweight Championship for the 19th time. In 1996, Ric Flair and the Giant fought to a no contest in the main event on WCW Money Nitro from Huntsville, Alabama. In 1997, at the WWF Raw is War from Peoria, Illinois, Owen Hart and the British Bulldogs European Championship match resulted in a no contest as the recently turned heel Bret the Hitman Hart came to reconcile with his brother and brother-in-law to reform the Hart Foundation. Bret Hart faced Rocky Maivia in the main event for the Intercontinental Championship, which resulted in a disqualification for Hart. Stone Cold Steve Austin made his first appearance on WWF television since his submission match with Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13. In 2002, the first ever WWF draft took place on Monday Night Raw at Bryce Jordan Center in State College, Pennsylvania, as the roster was split into between Ric Flair, Flair's controlling Raw and Vince McMahon with SmackDown, after the kayfabe split between the two business partners. The first pick of the draft saw The Rock picked for SmackDown before The Undertaker was selected by Raw with the third pick. Or the second pick, my bad. The first 20 picks were selected live on TV, with the remainder of the draft taking place online. Triple H and Jazz, they were the WWF Men's and Women's Champions at the time, were ineligible to be drafted. Also on that night, Triple H defended his undisputed WWF Championship against Chris Jericho and Stephanie McMahon in a triple threat match. With the loss, Stephanie was banned from WWF. It wouldn't stick as she was back about 4 months later as the general manager of SmackDown. In 2006, Kenta and Narumichi Morofuji defeated Bryan Danielson and Samoa Joe in the main event of the Ring of Honor Best in the World at Basketball City in New York City. In 2008, at an ECW taping in Fayetteville, North Carolina, a huge 24-man tag team match took place involving the likes of Mark Henry, Snitsky, The Great Khali, The Miz, Cody Rhodes, Jamie Noble, Kane, Kofi Kingston, and Tommy Dreamer. In 2011, on Friday Night SmackDown, taped on March 22nd at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio, Wade Barrett defeated Kofi Kingston to win the WWE Intercontinental Championship. In 2012, in Florida Championship Wrestling, on the FCW television taping in Tampa, Florida, Seth Rollins defeats Leo Kruger to win the FCW Florida Heavyweight Championship. Also in 2012, in the main event of Progress Chapter 1, in the beginning, at the Garage in London, England, Nathan Cruz won the Progress title in a 4-way elimination match against El Luger, Marty Scurll, and Mike Manson. This was the final of a tournament. In 2020, Kenny Omega regained the AAA Mega Championship over Sammy Guevara in the main event of AEW Dynamite from Daily's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. Also, Cody Rhodes defeated Jimmy Havoc in the opening match, and Brody Lee defeated QT Marshall in a singles match. Also in 2020, the first day of tapings for WrestleMania 36 took place at the Performance Center in Atlanta, Florida, behind closed doors for the very first time. The event was scheduled to take place in front of a live crowd at the Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, and was withdrawn from the venue due to the first wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. The cinematic Boneyard match between The Undertaker and AJ Styles to be broadcast as the main event of WrestleMania 36 Night 1 was also taped, but on location in Florida. The match was the last in the designated career of The Undertaker before he announced his retirement later in the year. In 2021, AEW Dynamite came from Daily's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall. The match ended in a draw in an unsanctioned exhibition match. Notable birthdays: Sylvia Grenier in 1977, and former WWE referee Tim Wright in 1954. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and have a good day.